All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the No Caller podcast. My name is Nick. I'm joined with my fellow host, Trevor.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Trevor.
And Nella.
Hey, this is Nella, the Brown Kim Possible.
True. And our guest today, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? My name is Freddie Amadi.
Awesome. We're so glad to have Freddie with us. He is a comedian who's been working since 2014, or at least his first time on stage was 2014. So we're really excited to have him here and talk about his journey.
Most definitely.
Especially because as a No Caller podcast, we're talking about jobs that freak our parents out. And as I like to say, mama, yo, way.
Oh, no.
They get so worried about our futures. So we're really excited to bring people here who are willing to talk about their journey and how they keep themselves motivated when they may not always have the kind of support that they hope when they're going after their dreams.
Right on. Thanks for that intro, Nella. I guess we'll just jump right into it. Freddie, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where'd you start? When did you start doing comedy?
I actually started wanting to get into entertainment at 18.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh.
Yeah, so I wanted to get into acting first.
Okay.
But with acting and like having like a full-time job, it doesn't work out because
It's a lot.
you need a flexible schedule.
Yeah.
So, I was like going on auditions, for a couple of years, and I was like, man, I need another way to, break in on my account.
Mm-hmm.
So stand-up comedy, it's all in the nighttime.
Yeah.
So I needed, cash on the side and then still pursue that. So that's how I got into stand-up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
That's exciting. If you don't mind me asking, so what year did you graduate from? I'm assuming you graduated from high school and we're trying to jump straight into acting.
Well, that's the thing. My parents didn't know. They were like, you got to go to school, obviously. So I went to college.
Okay.
But I mean, on my side, I was like, I'm trying to do entertainment.
Yeah.
I didn't tell them that though.
I think we
Wait, so
all
what was your major?
Yeah. So yeah, yeah. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. But
this is what I'm doing, but really, this is what my mind's on.
So I just went to school. I was like, man, let me go to school so they can get off my back. I'm gonna get this degree.
In what?
Well, I went in undeclared.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I went in
Okay.
undeclared. I was like, man, let me try to figure out, what I really want to do for them so that they could just chill out.
Gotcha.
And then I just did psychology because it's just overall everything.
I almost want to know,
Yeah.
how did you go into school telling your African parents that you were undeclared?
Well,
That's
ideally-
not the easiest thing in the world.
it's
to do.
not. And ideally, my dad was like, just do engineering. And I was like,
Right.
I don't have the passion for engineering. I'm not going to just go do something that I don't have a passion for.
Right.
So I was just like, just let me enroll and then let me figure it out what I want to do. And then I just came about psychology because it just,
Okay.
it studies everything. So that's how that came about.
But does it help you a little bit with your...
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Because psychology is studying people and behavior. So all stand-up comics do, they just observe people and then they try to make it funny and then attempt to try to make a stranger laugh. That's really all it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so... Yeah.
That's great. That's interesting because I
Yeah.
remember when we were all kind of, you were going to Cal Poly Pomona,
Yeah,
and I was going to UC. I like to party with you guys a lot
Yeah,
more because I kept my business out of the streets.
Yeah.
So I would always hear you guys going to you would do casting, but for
Yeah.
backgrounds and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I thought it was just a fun thing that you were doing. I had no idea that you were actively going on auditions,
Man.
headshots, all that.
Man, I was just trying to just get out of the regular routine. So whatever I needed to do, I was going to learn everything about the business.
Wow.
Whether it's acting, writing, comedy. So I'm still learning. I'm still trying to learn about everything because I really just want to be my own boss. I don't really
I like
want to
that.
pay attention to anybody. I want to move on my own tone. So that's
I like
basically
that.
what
And
it
you
is.
write. That's cool.
Yeah,
I had
man.
no
You have to
idea.
write. You got to write. You got
I
to write
get
the
that.
jokes. Yeah.
I'm assuming you're
Yeah.
thinking even bigger than
yeah, of
that
course.
now.
Yeah,
So
of
you're
course.
going to go past jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking screenplays.
Scripts, yeah, stuff
and
like that. So
that is amazing.
yeah, man, I'm
Okay,
trying to get to it all.
sweet.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
I was gonna say, how long did you last in school? Did you get your degree?
Oh yeah.
You got all the way through. Okay.
Oh yeah, I didn't drop out. They wouldn't let me drop out.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, let me just coast through this, you
Yeah.
know, and just get my diploma. They still pushing me to get my master's. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
and I'm like, are you gonna pay for it?
Right.
Yeah, if you're not gonna
That's
pay
a
for
great
it,
question.
don't put that on my head.
Right.
So I'm gonna go back and get it when I want to go get it,
Right.
not
Yes.
because
At your own.
my parents are putting it on me to go get
Definitely.
it. So
Yeah, it's always a struggle. No matter how old you are, they're like, all right, you're still not done. You're like, excuse me?
Get another degree. Get another degree. They live for that.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. I mean, they just want us to live better than them.
You know.
But it's also great that you're going after something. And you went at a young age.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing to me.
Yeah.
Because sometimes of us were just like in this tunnel vision where we just needed to please our parents and do what they said we needed to do. But the fact that you went out on your own, comes when you paid for your own headshots.
Yeah,
you
of course.
Driving yourself out to auditions.
It's still a grind though. It's a lifelong grind.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm just getting started. You know, stand up, it's very, very challenging. It's
hard to get.
It's very challenging, especially if you're watching it when you're younger, you're like, man, I can never get up there and do that. You know, I don't have enough courage to do that. But it's...
Okay. Did you have a little bit of stage fright?
Hey, man.
A little bit?
It's public speaking and then
on whole
top
other
of
level.
attempting to make somebody laugh. You don't know if you're going to be funny. It's attempting. And then part of that, it's a stranger. So you don't know their sense of humor. So it's very challenging. So... I'm still trying to get my footing right.
Right. No, but I mean, Freddie's been on amazing stages. He's been at the Icehouse. He's been at Flappers. He's been at the Laugh Factory. Like he's been on stages with people like
with the OGs,
David Chappelle,
like,
man. Wanda Sykes, Monique.
You got to start somewhere. That's what they started from somewhere. They weren't. Nobody was born Kevin Hart, so
you
have to start somewhere.
True.
So,
and that's what I love about it too, because I know that one day everyone's gonna think you're like an overnight sensation.
Nah, man,
and we're gonna go back to that post where he was like 2014, first time on stage.
And even after that, I took like a year off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so when I got up on stage, I was like, man, this is tough. Like, do I really want to do this?
Yeah.
So, I took a while to just like, it took me a while to get my courage back up and get my confidence and, get an act together before, I was doing it, periodically or whenever they booked me. So it took a while.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So,
but yeah, 2014, that's the first time I stepped on stage.
That is awesome. Can you believe it's been over 4 years?
Yeah, man. So
you weren't even inviting us to your shows.
That's the thing.
I remember that.
Yeah, I wasn't.
When are you going to invite us?
Yeah, I wasn't, because I was like, man, let me get comfortable first, like, and then start inviting people. You don't want to just go up there and be like, oh, hey. Nah, like you want to let people know like you're serious about it. Like you pulled up to one show, I've been practicing.
Yes,
like,
definitely. You were great.
I've been trying to get a set together, so it's a lot of work. So I wouldn't even say I've been doing it for 4 or 5 years because when I first got on stage, I took that year off. I was like, man, let me figure it out. I would say like 3.5 years I've been actually really doing it consistently. So
yeah, I'm super positive. So I'm saying even that you took off, you were like working on yourself, which was still working on the craft.
Man, it's lifelong.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Sifting those jokes out.
Yeah, man. So,
That must have been tough. So, I assume you had a lot of support from your friends getting started and all that. Like, your main support group.
Yeah, I've always been like a class clown. So even back in high school and junior high, I've always been, making people laugh. Right, but it was just the fact of, can I do it on stage?
Right, that's a whole different
it was just a whole different, realm. So yeah, I've always had the support of my friends and my family. It's just the fact of, is it gonna be stable?
Right.
That's when my parents fall in.
Big question.
They're gonna support all they want, but they want to start seeing tangible results. And I'm like, you guys have to wait.
There's a process.
There's a process, so they're starting to get that.
When did you first tell your parents about your dreams to do comedy, or even that you started doing
comedy? I would say 24. Acting. Entertainment, I told them 18. I was like, I'm gonna go to school and get the degree.
So you let them know.
I
told
them
at
18, like I'm gonna be an entertainer. Yeah. At 18, that's when I told them, and they were like, cool, but just make sure you're stable on the way you're doing it. So
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did any of your degree come into play in that stability? Like, do you have a job in psychology at the moment?
Yeah, of course.
What do you do on the side? Or for your main occupation?
I actually take calls from people with mental health issues. So it's like a Kaiser, but for more mental health.
All right.
So it's an insurance company, and I just take calls all day from people with bipolar, schizophrenia, depression. And then I'm like the middleman. I refer them to like
different specialists.
Yeah, therapists, psychiatry. So I do that on the side. I'm hopefully trying to get out of that because No, really though. I'm dealing with people that are suicidal, and then I'm telling jokes at night. So it's kind of like it's
a lot.
It's a lot in my head. I'm like, man, this guy wants to jump off a bridge, but then let me go try to make this person laugh. So
does this help you out with like coming up with some of your jokes? I mean,
I try to
respect pay, but like
I try to separate it. I try to separate it, like, you know, because that's more of a like a dark world.
Yeah.
And then comedy is more of like bringing light. So I try to just maintain a balance. It's like, you know, going to the gym. The gym is where, you know, get rid of all that stuff and you're working out. Same, but comedy is more of like a relief, you know. That's where I get all my, you know, frustration, complaints, irritations out. So
got it.
But I like that both of us kind of have a background in mental health. I know when I was working in mental health, I would come across you a lot. And I think that you have a very healthy respect for people with mental health issues. Given that in comedy, I'm not sure if your friends or your family are concerned about this too as well, but a lot of comedians do suffer with mental health
issue, and that's the thing, it goes hand in hand.
Yeah,
because, you know, a lot of comedians, you know, they deal with, you know, remember Robin Williams?
Yes, definitely.
Everybody thought he was like, no, this dude was dealing with stuff. So you know, that's kind of stuff goes hand in hand for me. So it's really interesting. I don't know how I'm doing it, but it's really interesting. Like, you know, just to step into two different worlds. And then, you know, try to combine them. So,
all right. Wait, so kind of the way that you're rubbing shoulders with a lot of comedians now, do you guys talk about mental health at all, or it's still kind of a hush-hush conversation?
I haven't reached that point yet. Me right now is more of just, you know, trying to get my name out there. Once I start building more relations with them, then I can ask like, hey man, are you sad? I know I see you telling jokes every night, but are you sad? So, no, right now it's just more about networking, and then when I build stronger relationships, then I can, you know, start asking them personal questions. But,
that makes a lot of sense.
Gotcha.
Man.
Well, at least the conversation stuff.
Yeah, conversation is
at least
moving.
on a global scale.
Conversation is definitely moving.
Yeah. And you're aware, so that's good.
Yeah.
So a little bit about your family. You said you're African.
Yeah.
Where do you guys originate from?
Nigeria. I'm both Igbo and Yoruba.
Oh, no way.
Okay.
You got the forbidden combination.
Yeah. So my dad lost his head and then found somebody outside of his tribe. And then they actually came out to Oklahoma. We stayed there for a little bit.
All right.
And then
how old were you when you came?
No, I was born in Cali.
Okay.
So I was born in Long Beach, and then we went out to Oklahoma, stayed there for a little bit, and then we moved back to Cali, and then we've been in Ontario ever since.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Right on. What if you don't mind, what are their occupations like?
My dad is actually a chemistry teacher. And he teaches in LA, and my mom is she's a professor. She teaches criminal justice at a university. So everybody's a speaker. We all speak.
Man.
Yeah. So we're all in front of a crowd somewhere.
Dang.
Yeah.
Good education. Tough.
Yeah.
Oh,
they own it. Yeah. So
no, your parents are. Your dad.
My dad was just professor work, professorship kind of stuff. A big orator.
You know, Africans like being heard.
Oh yeah.
That's what it is.
They're trying to build up that respect.
They like being heard. So
they like.
They didn't get all those degrees for nothing.
Nah, exactly.
Nah, they want to have like you said, a doctor.
And listen
take you
to me
5 minutes. It'll take you 5 minutes to say their full name. Doctor, psychiatrist. They like that stuff.
Don't leave
all the
out a
letters.
title.
No, don't. If you leave out the title, they might spit on you. Like, you better. No, seriously, it's the truth.
It's so true. What used to really bother me is when you go to church and they would say the reverend or pastor's like title before it. So they're like, oh, Dr. Reverend such and such, or Dr. So and so before saying they were a pastor or a reverend. But they really care about that title.
That title is serious. Africans.
No, I relate to my dad is a professor, not professor. He's a English teacher at a high school, but he's got his doctorate degree.
Yeah, of course.
He's been pushing that education.
Of course. That's how they get down.
They're like, you have to have more education than me. I'm like, you're at the top. Like,
how much education do you need?
Yes.
2 PhDs.
Don't say that. They might.
No, they're serious about that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
They'd want
PhD.
to.
Yeah. So, what were you gonna say, Trevor?
I was just gonna say, what kept you going? Like, inspired you to like keep going, like to do comedy. While your parents were like, nah, it may not be a good idea.
Yeah, that's not always the easiest to just like, stay on the path, because you at some point you realize your parents are smart and you're like, they might be right.
Yeah.
Like maybe I shouldn't do this.
I think about it every day. But the whole point is, to prove them wrong. To find something stable outside of what they want for you. That's my whole motivation, just to show them and everybody else, like, you know, you could pursue what you want to do and actually make an honest living. At some point, it might take a while.
Yeah.
It might take a decade, but at some point, you know,
It's possible.
It's
Anything is
possible. Yeah, it's
We're in the land
possible.
of
You know, there's
opportunity,
people
like-
that are, you know, laying out the blueprint. So I look at them. I don't know if you guys watch Insecure.
Oh yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
Yvonne, she's African.
Yeah.
She has hella degrees.
Yes, I love her
Now
stand-up.
she's on a hit show.
Yeah.
She's going across the country doing stand-up. So,
That's wild.
you know, when you hear stories like that, it's just like, you know, it can be done. It just matter of putting in the work.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right. And then having to be the best at it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's so knowing that you feel like,
Yeah.
given your background,
Yeah.
giving you the fact that your parents are immigrants,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
black,
Yeah.
you have to be
It's like-
at the top of your game.
I like how you said black.
Exactly.
She said it like a cop. You're black.
You're black. It's the truth.
Golly.
But
it's the truth, though.
It's
Yeah,
so true. You have to be amazing at what you do. Like you see all these
Yeah,
stories,
you're right.
especially with social media.
You're right.
How
Oh,
they're
yeah.
always promoting the best of the best,
Yeah.
the first.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever made it there.
Yeah.
And to think that you are going to have to be at that level
Yeah.
or you're competing at that level. I mean, it feels like a lot of pressure, but at the same
course.
time, it's great to have inspirations and role models.
Yeah, you need it. You need it because, I mean, they're just basically showing it could be done. You just put in the work and don't stop.
Exactly.
Don't
And-
stop. That's it.
Yeah, and I feel like
Yeah.
everybody can eat.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
everybody will
like
eat,
there's
man.
so many people consuming entertainment,
Yeah.
consuming so many all the different types of work that we do. So I feel like as long as you
Yeah.
just keep your head down, you
Yeah.
stay in the game,
Yeah, man.
you're gonna be able to use that money to take care of
Yeah,
yourself.
it's tunnel vision, man. Just got to be able to focus. So
So how old are you right now?
I'm about to be 30 tomorrow,
About to be
actually.
30.
Oh, snap! Happy early birthday!
Appreciate it.
And so at this point, would you say it's worth it? The struggle?
Yeah, I think
Definitely
so.
worth it, right?
Yeah,
I mean, we're
it's-
still young, man.
Yeah.
I have to make that a point.
making
And
us old.
every time we have these talks, I have to just make sure, just emphasize, we're all young. Like,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Africans, their timeline starts at like 18. They're like, okay, by 24, they're gonna be married. They're gonna have 7 children. They're gonna be driving a Mercedes.
but
You're
let's
like,
just say you'll find the one at 24.
exactly.
So you
And that's
never
the
know.
thing. It's like there's so much more time here. We're not on a time crunch. Like, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
African parents, they're very. What's the word? You know, they could be.
There's so many words. There's so many words.
They could be a little bit pushy.
A little bit.
It could be pushy.
You know,
Let's
it's
just
just,
call it pushy.
but it's.
Yeah.
It's just how they grew up. So I try
It
to look
is.
at it like that.
Right.
Yeah,
You know?
and to them, they see all this opportunity in
Yeah.
the fields, in the path that they're
Yeah.
walking, and so when they look at us, they're like, "Wow, if we were to do what we're doing right now
Yeah.
at their age, we
Yeah.
would get
Yes.
so much further." So
Yeah.
they're putting us in a box.
We could be so much
And the
further.
careers that they pick, the careers that they pick,
They want
though,
that for us, but it's like, yo, there's so
the
much other
careers
stuff
that they
to do
pick
too.
though, they're actually good careers.
Yo, they're good
Yeah.
careers.
But you have to like it.
No, yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Right.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go be an engineer and then be like, man, I hate this damn job.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's not my passion.
No, they didn't have that option to
Yeah.
like what they did.
Yeah.
They kind of had to do what they had to do
Yeah.
to like,
Yeah.
make money and stuff.
Yeah, go
And
to
so
school.
they do
and
focus on the numbers. They do
Lawyer,
focus on the degrees,
doctor, nurse.
Yes.
Those are good careers, but it's just like, is that what you want to do?
Exactly. And that's why it's almost kind of worrisome or kind of fearful to go talk to
Yeah.
them about it because you
Yeah.
feel like they're going to scoff at you
Yeah.
and be like, you know what, go make the money first and be
Yeah.
happy later. And you're like, what if I don't have time
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
happy later? You're like, time is way too short or life is way too short.
Yeah, man.
We don't have enough time.
You don't have enough time.
We never will.
You gotta get on. You gotta get on it every day.
Gotta make time.
Yeah.
So, a little bit about comedies as
Yeah.
acting.
Yeah.
What were some of the first steps that you took?
The first types.
The first steps that you
Oh,
took. sorry.
steps. Oh, okay. Well, with comedy, you got to stop at. You have to start at open mics.
Mm-hmm.
So basically,
Is that something you saw on the list? You're like, okay,
yeah.
how do I
yeah,
enter this? Let me just go.
I definitely
open
researched
mic.
it.
Yeah.
Definitely researched it.
Okay.
So I looked at it. You know, LA is a hot spot.
Yeah.
New York is a hot spot. I don't stay in New York, so LA. There's certain
is.
spots where you can just start open micing,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a lot of comedians.
Yeah.
It's very competitive.
Definitely.
So there's like 50 comedians in the audience. Everybody's trying to get 3 minutes
Right.
just to see if their material works
Yeah.
with comedian. And comedians are the hardest people to make laugh because we all have the same train of thought.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I started with open mics, and then you start meeting producers.
Mm-hmm.
Producers were like, okay, I'm gonna give you like 5-7 minutes. And then if you deliver, you know, it's all about delivering and networking and relationships. Then you just start moving up levels. You start finding different clubs. So
Yeah.
comedy is all about, you know, of course you have to have the talent, but it's more about relationships and who can vouch for you. So right now I'm in the stage of building relationships, and now I have an act where, you know, I can go club to club to club, I can get laughs, but I need the relationships, I need a mentor, I need mentors,
always building those.
because those are the ones that are gonna put you, give you the plug,
next step, and all that.
the next step, gatekeepers, so stuff like that. So yeah, man,
that's really cool, man.
So you would say most of the gatekeepers are producers, or could they be hosts? Could they be other comedians?
I would just say anybody could be a gatekeeper for you, because you never know who's gonna put you on.
Right.
It's all about, you know, I don't know. It's just about who you meet, or whoever can do something for you that can take you to the next level. So, you know, Tiffany Haddish, this is a good example. She's been doing this since she was 16.
Right.
She's 37 now. She just got her breakthrough a few years ago.
Right.
So, Girls Trip, I don't know who casted her for that, but that put her on.
Good
so it's
point.
all about
Right.
who can do something for you and who can take you to the next level. So it's just about who you meet and who can help you out. So
in comedy, does that mentality of never turning down an act, never saying no, does that work out, or do you have to be selective? And
not when I'm starting. When I'm starting out, or when I was starting out, I'm hitting every mic, every mic, because you just need the best experience is stage time. So
exposure and stage time.
I'm just trying to. I hit every mic. I don't care where I'm going. Well, I mean, I care. I'm not gonna get kidnapped. But what I'm saying is, like, you know, what I'm saying is, like, if there's a legit spot where I can deliver, you know, jokes and see if they can work, then I'm gonna go. Yeah. So
right on.
I didn't even think about that.
A little bit selective.
Somebody's kidnapping comedians.
You want to?
I'm gonna go everywhere. You definitely gotta
candy.
Definitely gotta stop candy.
Oh god.
Like, I'm gonna have to say no.
Yeah, you definitely gotta
pass on that.
Definitely gotta find the right spots.
Wait, so have you been invited to like shady spots?
No, it's not. I'm just saying, like, I know of some shady spots.
That you steer clear of.
That I just would be more careful to move around with. I'm not gonna just pull up and just be like, oh, hey. I'm just here to tell jokes. No, I'm just saying, like, you know, there's certain spots where you gotta be more alert. I mean, I'll still go, but I'll probably go with somebody.
Right. Buddy system.
Yeah, so stuff like that.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So where you're at right now, what do you consider to be the next steps for you?
The next steps for me right now is just to be a regular at all the comedy clubs in LA. That's my next goal. And in order to do that, you just have to just keep working and keep delivering. Yeah. That's my next goal. Become a regular in all the comedy clubs in LA. Because once you do that, then you can start going on the road. Yeah. So it's all a process. And the road is where the money's at. Okay. Right. Okay. LA, you know, you're not really going to get paid a lot in LA because there's so many comedians. But once you go on the road and you get a name and you start, you know, selling out shows on the weekend or opening for somebody, that's when you start getting the paper and stuff like that. So
So what is what's the correlation between being a regular and hitting the road? Like, is it just seeing people who pick you up to like open for them, or like how's that?
So say I become like a regular at like the Laugh Factory in LA, and you know there's somebody in the audience, you know, somebody that's more established, and he was like, "Hey Freddie, you know, I liked your set. Yeah, you know, would you like to open for me? Let's say in Arizona and stuff like that." That's usually how it works. Okay, it's all about relationships. So you know. Yeah. Ideally, my goal, I want to open for Michael Blackson. That's my favorite. Wow. That's my favorite comedian. Photo you guys took. That's my favorite comedian. For sure. You know, I met him once, but he meets, you know, so many people every day. So he's probably like, man, just get on. But you know, once I start building the name, I'm like, okay, this guy's African too. Right. You know, if he comes to Ontario Improv, which is the spot where I want to like really develop, because I stay right down the street. So
have you performed there?
Yeah, I performed there a couple of times. But Ontario Improv, it would be, that's where I'm from. So that's the spot where, you know, in the future I would love to like sell out. Like that would be a milestone for me, because it's Ontario Improv. So that's hometown. Yeah, so
that is awesome.
Yeah, man. That's
I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my goals.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. Go for it, Trevor. I was wondering,
where do you get a lot of your like the inspiration for your comedy,
like the material? Yeah. Basically complaints, anything that annoys me, that makes good material. Like slow drivers, people who come in sick and work. What else irritates me? You know, drive in and out drive through. Things that
And then now drive-through.
the drive-through irritates
How?
me because it's always packed.
This is true.
It's never not packed, no matter what time. The DMV, the people that work there, they irritate me because all of them are rude.
Yes,
so
that's
I
true.
base a lot of my material. Oh, relationships is another good thing. My
That's always
exes,
a good one.
That's
Yeah.
always a good material.
Oh, have any hit you up? Like, stop talking about me?
No. I've dated a couple girls, but you know, if I talk about them, I talk about them because I don't deal with them no more. So that's
Okay.
fair game. So you either stay with me or you're going to end up in one of my acts and I'm going to
Okay.
destroy you. So
Gotcha. I feel like you'd still talk about them if they were with you.
no, I wouldn't do that because it would just be
How
more-
many comedians talk about their wives?
But it's better if you talk about an ex who you're never going to talk to
Right,
again.
right. Yeah, it's
So
safer.
let's
It's
say I
safer
come up
that
with a
way.
special. Let's say I come up with a special, but so you're just talking about me. Yeah, I'm talking about you because I don't like you. So that's I get a lot of my material from past relationships too. So
Yeah. Like, you don't like me, you could come up on stage talk about it.
Yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm gonna talk about all you want. You can't do nothing about it.
Right.
I ain't got to say a name, but you'll know who you are when you're watching it. So
That's true.
yeah, it's very
I
true.
think they have a bigger problem if they're still watching your comedy shows. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. But the thing, look, this is the thing. This is the thing with like exes and stuff like this is for any art.
Got it.
Yeah.
Exes will come back if it takes off in a way that they didn't believe it would take off.
Right.
So they're gonna watch.
Yeah.
Right.
They're gonna
They have
watch.
to.
They have to.
Uh-huh.
That's just how.
Too curious.
That's just how people are. If
You're right.
if I had an ex girlfriend and she became a Victoria's Secret model, I am watching that whole. I'm not blinking. I'm be like, I dated her. I'm telling everybody I know I dated her. So it's just I'm telling everybody. I don't care. I don't care what happened. I don't care if we're on bad terms. So that's just
Yeah, that's facts.
when my name starts to get out there, they'll be like, oh, let me tune in.
people out the woodwork.
But they're gonna be like secret watchers.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, wait a minute, you broke up with me?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Making like secret
So,
profiles.
Yeah, so I'm definitely
that.
talking about exes on stage. I'm definitely because when I take off, they gonna know.
Oh, yeah.
All
It's
right.
gonna be on you. So yeah.
Okay.
Right on.
Oh, goodness. Oh, so then what about your siblings? Do you feel like are you the only sibling
No.
who's in the lane of entertainment?
No, my older sister is actually she's trying to be like a Tyra Banks. She actually has a PhD too.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
She does the Dr.
Yeah, peace. Yeah. So
Okay.
so she's trying to do, she's trying to get her personality TV hosting game up. So
Awesome.
yeah, so she's in that lane too. So
Okay.
yeah, man, we just
So
trying
did
to-
she start off at first, or do you believe you provided some inspiration to her, or you guys have always been back and forth?
I think she had it in her too, but she was just getting her degrees and stacking
Yeah.
them up. Well, her stuff is still what she's doing. She wants to like be like a Dr. Phil.
Okay.
So regardless, her stuff is gonna correlate with her TV hosting because she wants to be like a female Dr. Phil. So that's her goal. So
But I'm wondering, like, did you guys like have like little conversations or like powwows where you're like, okay, I'm about to tell mom
We
and
do now.
dad, or okay,
not growing up, but growing up we were
like
just
another
going to school.
relationship.
Growing up we were just going to school. But right now, we talk about it and
she had good support to you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Anybody that like I talk to on a regular basis, they've come out to support me
That is
because
awesome.
they're curious.
Yeah, of
They're
course.
curious. Yeah, I'd be curious too. I was like, this guy wants to do stand up. It's not easy.
Oh man, but no, I'm excited. I'm about to see you guys on like red carpets and stuff like
man.
that, doing like brother sister interviews. I mean, it's
Oh,
great to
man.
have
That's gonna be so
someone.
cool.
We're talking about the fact that we don't have people within our families to support us and provide us guidance. And I know
Yeah.
that you guys may kind of be climbing the ladder
Yeah.
at the same
Climbing,
time.
yeah.
But at the same time, you
Yeah.
have someone to be like, okay, this is what happened. I talked to this person. I had this setback. I had this milestone that I
Yeah.
reached.
Yeah.
That's great to have a sibling.
Yeah, I hope she takes off first. I hope she takes off first because that will open the lane for me easier.
Very
'Cause it's
true.
family connection. So,
So
either
true.
way, so it don't matter. Yeah.
What would you suggest, like looking at your past and
Yeah.
like how you came up?
Yeah.
How what would you suggest for people who want to do something?
want to
like
do
you?
something?
Yeah, like if someone like 18 wants to start doing
Comedy and they're going to school for engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I bring up engineering is because it's good money right off the back. As soon
what
as you
they say.
graduate, bachelor's, you get paid.
That is what they say.
That's why
I am not on that bandwagon. I'm not. You have to pass tests.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You got to pass tests. You got to do a lot. But after all that,
internships. People act like you just make money.
No. But ideally,
okay,
we know engineers get bread.
You're set
after that. So that's why I always bring up engineering. But what's the question? Who asked me the question?
That was Trevor. How do you?
I got it now. How do you? What would I tell somebody who wants to get into it?
Yeah.
Make sure they're good at it first before trying to tell their parents.
Before telling your parents, for sure.
I mean, that's one route. Because I mean, you guys ever seen like Sister Act 2?
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill, when she was singing and da 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 da, and her mom was like, singing does not put food on the table and all of that. And then at the end, she was singing her throat out, and her mom was like, "Oh, you have talent." So that's how parents are. You know, you got to be good at it first.
Oh, that is so true.
It's true.
It's annoying though.
Yeah, you got to be good at
annoying.
it. So I would say anybody that wants to, that's doing like a regular path and they want to do like some type of art. Make sure you become good first.
Yeah,
at least,
that's a great point.
Or just to have a little of a handle on it, so that when your parents do try to get it, they're like, okay, all right, this guy, he may have some.
Because you want your parents to support you.
You want your parents to support
but
you.
I guess you have to come correct.
But you have to. You can't just, be on the street like,
Yeah.
Right.
I remember I did that kind of with my Instagram. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna tell my parents I'm doing anything. And then it started becoming work, and I was like, I'm gonna tell them when I hit 5,000.
Yeah.
It started with 1,000. I'm like, I'm gonna hit them when I hit 1,000 followers. I'm gonna let them know, like, hey, I'm doing stuff with cars and people like it. Like, somewhat of a social media influencer. I'm working on cars, but I was like, you know what? I gotta hold back because Africans.
It's a sensitive.
Raise the bar on you.
It's a sensitive thing with parents.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you're showing like tangible results, and ideally that would lead to the money,
they can't fight it.
Then they can't fight it. So that's all I could say is just try to work on it as much as you can, and then bring them into your world.
Okay.
And that goes for anything.
That goes for any art.
That's good advice then. If it goes for everything.
Now, if you're 50 and you trying to rap,
I gotta tell you something.
Man, I mean,
because everybody's getting on rappers now. They're like, oh, everybody's rapping, everybody's making music. What about the rappers that made it?
Right.
What did you tell them?
Yeah.
So people.
But at the same time, even the trash ones, like I said, everybody can eat. Everybody can eat.
But the thing is,
you find your audience.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's the thing with rap.
Your money.
See, that's the thing with rap. You don't need substance anymore. You don't need substance.
It's got to be viral.
At all.
Have a good beat. Go find Derek, and then just put your voice on it. If it hits, it hits, and then that's just how it goes. So good luck to all the rappers.
But I mean, I respect the ones who are just like, I'm here just to make some money. I'm just here to make sure my family eats. Because, people who came from nothing.
Do you know how much are they paying these rappers?
I know, but at the same time,
now I see why everybody wants to do it.
The hustle.
The only thing about rap I would say, though, is that at some point you can't do it forever.
Oh, yeah.
Stand-up comedy you could do forever. Look at Bill Cosby. I mean,
it's like golf.
What part of Bill Cosby you talking about?
Yeah, I didn't.
Let's not talk about the dark stuff. But I'm saying
okay.
you can tell jokes until you die,
right?
Because you're always gonna be leveling up and talking about something.
As long as you work on the
rappers,
craft, it'll be there.
Hard because it's kind of like there's always
they put
new
you
rappers.
in a lane. Yeah,
it's like
when
you hit 40, you're like, okay,
what are you rapping about?
Yeah, what are you
tired?
I mean, Rev Run, he's not rapping anymore.
There's only a few.
I heard Waka Flocka just retired.
Waka Flocka said he's grown now. I said, what are the rest of them? Idiots? He said he's grown.
Goodness.
But this is just a couple. Jay-Z, he's still rapping.
Oh yeah, he's still rapping now.
Very select few that could still
bring the heat.
Just make your money, retire, and then do something else for rap. That's what I would say.
But I mean, all of them are doing something else to a certain extent.
You have to.
Exactly, diversify. Okay, so let me ask. So once you make it big time, what are you going to diversify in?
Well, definitely writing.
Okay.
Like I definitely want to write scripts. Producing. I would definitely like to work with other people and put my producing hat on and do that as well.
Sick.
And then I want to write a book.
Nice.
And my book is gonna be more about all the stuff that I've dealt with turning into the man I am now, but I'm gonna add a comedic twist to it.
Sweet.
That's all it is.
So you like journaling now, so you remember all that? Because
I don't even.
When people do memoirs, how do you remember the color
the
of the
That's the thing.
freaking shirt you were wearing? Like I can't remember that stuff.
Yeah, I have such a good memory. I don't forget anything.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, I don't forget nothing.
Props.
So
Wow.
anything.
I want to test you right now, but I can't think of it because I forgot.
Yeah, I would have passed the quiz. Nella tried to give me a pop quiz, and I aced it already. But
He knows all the neighbors' names and everything.
Yeah, everything.
Man, I'm really I'm gonna text you later.
Anything that brought like strong emotion out of me. I definitely am gonna write it into either a film or put it in a book.
Awesome. So in the same way, are you going to make sure you check off certain things, or are you gonna try to do things simultaneously? Because I feel like you could be writing. There's so much YouTube stuff going on, but you want to like get your notoriety up first. Before you then go on tour. Then
So stand up is like the catapult. Like
got it.
You get strong in that. You control it. It's all you. You have no boss. Once I get a name out of that, then I'm like, okay, he does other stuff. Okay. It's like a Childish Gambino. People are like, he raps? Yeah, he raps. Yeah. But you didn't know. So, venture into other stuff and then, just kind of just build my own brand off my name. So, yeah.
And are you still on the acting kick, or you want to branch off more into comedy? You found your niche.
With the acting, I still want to do it, but acting is more selection. Stand-up is more you. You control it. Acting is... they're gonna pick you, or they're not gonna pick you. Acting is tough, so that's when I see actors that are really like getting roles back to back to back. My hat goes off to them because you're getting picked. Right, you're getting picked. Somebody is picking you unless you write your own stuff and make your own movie. Yeah, you're getting
cast
picked.
yourself.
Yeah, so like Michael B. Jordan. He's getting picked.
Right.
It's tough. Right.
So then at the same time, do you believe that your experience going after acting at 18 kind of helped you battle what's the word for it? There's like a specific word when you get turned away. Rejection. Yeah. Once you're doing comedy. Even though I feel like you're fire, but at the same time, do you feel like it's prepared you for...
Oh, I'm still going on auditions. Okay. I'm still getting rejected. Because it's either you get it or you get rejected. So acting is more, it's just random. Yeah. You just don't know when it's coming unless you put out your own stuff and, you cast yourself as the main role. Yeah. Acting is more, is the casting director gonna like you? So that's why I like stand-up, because I'm putting myself out there. Yeah. And I'm bringing you to me.
I like that.
As opposed to I'm me going to you, which is what acting is.
So you're like basically controlling your own destiny in a way.
I like to be in control. I don't like having a boss. Gotcha. I don't like people telling me when to go to lunch. Yeah. Go on break.
Yeah.
No calling.
I get that.
Paid time off. I hate that. I can't stand it. You know why I can't stand it? Because they didn't birth me. It's like, why am I listening to you? And the reason I'm listening to you is because I need to pay my bills.
Right.
They know that. True. That's why bosses act like that. They're like, man, if you don't listen to me, your light bill about to be all you have to be sitting in a cave.
Right. So really, that is so true. Because I clock into work every day, and they have like a little tally of how many hours you have for sick, how many hours you have paid time off. And then for me, it has like unpaid time off, and I have like 100 hours. Which is crazy because I took that trip to Kenya, and I was like, did I really take that much time off work? Then you start calculating that by how much money I get paid per hour, and you're just like, wow.
Yeah, man.
Goodness, you must really put yourself as a priority when you're doing stuff like that. But it's great that you have that kind of mindset, because I feel like that's going to keep you.
That's my mentality. That's
in the right headspace.
One of the main reasons why I got into it.
I feel like I don't like to admit that side of me. Like where I'm like, I don't want a boss. Like I like to be my own boss. Like I like having flexible hours. Like showing up to the shop whenever I can. Like whenever I want or. At a reasonable hour, it motivates me. I still show up early, but it's like I don't feel like I'm on a chain and on a leash. Like you gotta be here.
It can be true. Yeah,
you show up late, they yank the chain real quick.
I don't feel like I'm on a leash.
That's great. I mean, we could cut this part out later, but I'm just wondering that. I mean, I'm just prepared that I might say something that we don't want to be on this recording. But
all our bosses gonna be like, "I heard your podcast."
Whoa.
But I mean, like, all of us are, in college or college educated. We could be going after great jobs, and we've been working long enough to be able to have the kind of, networking and people to put us on in our college focused degrees. But do you not go after those kind of jobs because you know that this is what you want to do? You know what I mean? Like you get into a job where you're comfortable, but you're not so comfortable that you would stay if the career you wanted popped off.
Yeah, see, there's no job that's gonna make me stay there.
Okay.
Really?
There's no job. Man, I already know. I know what I'm gonna do. So It's just more of, you
sold yourself on your own dream. That's key.
I know what I'm gonna do.
That's really key.
Yeah, that's not for me.
Some of us are still convincing ourselves.
I was just worried, your employer's listening to this, like, oh, he's leaving. What's going on? Be like, no, he never was gonna stay.
No. Yeah, at some point, you just gotta know what you're gonna do with your life, But the thing is that if you have a job and you like it, stay. It's simple. Yeah. If you like what you're doing, like if you want to be a dentist and you like staring in people's mouths,
right? That's true. I love my dentist.
Hey man, then so I love that dentist. She loves her job. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So just find something you like to do. That's my message. Yeah.
Appreciate that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, what were some of the challenges? You talked about a lot of the support that you have, but what were like some of the challenges that were like that stood out to you in your journey? Like, I know you have a lot to write about probably in the future.
Like artistic wise,
or in general, like roadblocks that you faced like on your journey, because let's say the first time you got on stage, you were like, man.
Well, the first time I got on stage, I did good. The second time, I didn't do it so good.
No.
That's why I took a year off.
It was that second time on stage.
The second time, I was like, okay, let me step
reevaluate.
Reevaluate and really. And then once I came back, I had to act. I had more confidence.
Yeah.
I had targets. And then I was getting laughs. So that's when I was like, okay, I can do this. But challenges is, I would say, just coming up with material can be a challenge.
Like writer's block or something.
Yeah, because you don't really know, what's funny to everybody.
Yeah.
Or who's ever in front of you. So I would say that's a challenge. That's a challenge. That's definitely a challenge. Also, location.
Varies. Huh?
I want to be in right in LA. I'm in Ontario right now. I don't have time to be driving back and forth, because I want to be on stage every day. But I'm in Ontario, so right now it's kind of difficult. But as soon as I get to LA, I'm getting up I'm not gonna have a show every day, but I'm gonna be on stage every day, working on material.
Yeah.
Whether I'm going to open mics, preparing for a show, I just want to be on stage every day. That's my goal, because it's just like work.
Yeah.
But instead you're doing it with laughs. So
yeah.
So
I guess along that line, what would be some of your fears that you have? Like
some of my fears.
You sound like a very motivated individual. Like you have you're sold on your own dream. Like you're like gung ho about it. Like
I want to find a wife that
bangs with it. Like.
Yeah, because it's difficult. Because I'm in the future. I'm gonna be on the road. So you definitely want to find somebody that's gonna understand that.
Yeah,
women can have they need a lot of attention.
You look at me.
I'm just think about it. This is for any artist. This is for any artist that wants to go on the road.
Yes. As the woman of the podcast, I could say that some women
they're gonna be like
take into consideration the careers. Like, okay, that's why some women won't date guys who are in the military, because they're like, I could never be that far away from my family. I'm like, how am I gonna raise a family away from my mother? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot. So that's a great.
Yeah, so I definitely want to find the right girl.
I'm glad you're thinking about that.
Yeah, I'm definitely dating, and then I definitely want to find I would like to find an artist.
Okay.
I was about to say, because they need to be in the industry.
She already knows the game. But definitely, that's one of my, I would definitely need a girl that can just, understand that and support. Because I want to be a dad too. I'm not gonna just be telling jokes. I'm not gonna tell jokes. I don't have a family, but I like jokes.
Wait, so are your parents also waiting for you to find somebody and talking about grandkids?
Yeah, they try to right after birth. My mom was trying to get me to find.
When I turned 24, my mom's like, when I was 24, I had you. I was
African parents.
Hold up.
African parents want you to get married right away.
Yeah.
But
goodness,
it's hard, finding somebody that's just gonna just agree. Well, nobody's gonna be perfect.
Not at all.
Just finding somebody that's in your same, rhythm. So
right. I also think it's interesting. The same way that our parents want us to have these perfect careers, they also, in my thought, want us to have these perfect spouses. And they've made us so independent. Yeah. So in my case, I found it very difficult for me to rely on people because I'm just like, well, I've been taught to do for myself. Yeah. So relationship and career, it can bump heads sometimes. Seriously. And sometimes you don't get to choose.
Like you said, military, like, man, if my girl's in the military, I'm gonna be mad. I never see my girl.
Right.
The hell am I gonna do?
Exactly.
I'll be pissed.
Like, so you can't do this.
Yeah, that's why you need the right person.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
So that's in the lane of some fears. Yeah.
So location and relationships.
Yeah. Be the main ones.
You're gonna overcome them, I know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Damn right I will.
Have you encountered any naysayers? People who told you can't do this?
Of course.
Like, quit right now.
Exes. Like, yeah. That's why I talk about them. That's why I talk about them. Yeah, because the thing was, I'm not gonna just the thing with some people. I don't want to just say the people I date, but the thing with some people, when you're pursuing something that's outside of the ordinary, they're like, okay, this guy's or this girl, she's grinding towards it, but what's gonna happen? So but it's when you make it. That's when that's when people want to be like, oh, I've known him since science class.
That's true.
So the only naysayers I've had have been exes.
Yeah, so far.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey.
Dang.
My parents, they
that's
support.
Good. You have them in the past.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, those only exes.
Exes,
just two of them.
Exes while you guys were together or
and
after
narrowed it down. Goodness gracious. Oh my goodness.
I'm not gonna say the names. I'm not gonna say the names. Wait, what'd you say?
So in regard to the exes and being naysayers, was that during the relationships or after? Like they were seeing you do this during the relationship and they were like, you probably shouldn't.
It was more both. It was more like. It was more both. Yeah.
And that's when you knew.
That's when I was like, nah, this not the right one.
And none of them were creatives.
No, they weren't creatives.
Okay.
They just wanted to, get a career and just do that. You have family life. Everybody stays in the same house. Nobody goes on the road, stuff like that. So yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I'm of course pursuing it. There's always going to be naysayers. Say I get really good and there's a veteran that's been doing it for a while. He still hasn't taken off. Yeah. He's going to be a naysayer.
Yeah.
Where does this guy come from? So there's always going to be naysayers. But the ones I've encountered so far have been ex-girlfriends.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I want to do a whole thing on just like past relationships.
Yeah, man. That's why
you dated were creatives. How many didn't? So
I'm telling you, man.
That's interesting.
I'm telling you.
We're waiting. That's going to be your second book.
Yeah. I'm going to write a book.
Multiple.
Yeah. It's definitely in the works.
All right.
And I'm about to write checklists. Like this guy passes. He's on the right path. This guy's got his head in the right space.
Yeah, I
man.
definitely have a checklist.
I really I respect your vision and
indeed, bro.
the path you're going. Like that's
appreciate
some motivation that I know personally I lack a little bit.
Yeah.
We all try to be as motivated as we can be, and that's pretty much why we put on this show is to get the message out and to motivate ourselves. If nobody else listens, I'm inspired.
Yeah,
so,
it's a good
definitely.
I gotta say that.
It's a good podcast, man. It's a good space for people to get out their thoughts and what they're trying to do. So
appreciate that. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on, man. We really appreciate it.
Oh, you already know. Nella, Nella had hit me. She was texting me about it. I was
blowing you up.
Like, Nella, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. I was making it seem like you didn't want to.
Do my podcast. I said, all right, I'm gonna come through.
Sweet.
So
we definitely
appreciate it. Thanks, Nella, for bringing our friend on.
Of course, thank you for coming.
No worries, man.
You see, I plugged that in. I was like, our friend.
Our
first day I met you, but
he said that loud.
That's my friend.
He whispered the person. Thanks, Nella, for an hour. I like this guy.
That's so funny because I thought y'all already knew him. So I was like, why is everybody acting so
I heard
formal?
about this guy. I know he does photography and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, you see how humble he was.
He is so freaking humble. Yes, so humble. You can't even hear him in the mic.
What we did, and he's like,
this guy's humble.
I record things.
No, I heard about you.
Yes, he lets his work speak for himself.
That's good, man. That's definitely good. So,
the show.
For sure.
Well, once again, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, no worries, bro.
It's a frigid, cold night, but
okay, it's so weird because it's California, so you can't be saying stuff like that.
Where are we? It's 75 degrees.
I hope you keep that part in the interview.
Yes, frigid, cold.
There's a weather.
What is it? 70 degrees.
The weather is
This guy's a weather guy.
63
It's
degrees.
frightening, guys.
That's funny.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. I've been like sitting at this table, like, man, I'm
Cold.
so tired, but stumbling in from the gym. But yeah, we made it work.
Don't even use that excuse. Cause I came from the gym too.
Oh, you know,
Tired is good. That means you're doing something.
Right. Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
quote. That's a damn quote.
It is. Remember that.
Put that out
Yeah.
on your
It helps you sleep better at night.
Yeah, no, I
Definitely.
definitely am getting a clearer
That should be on the
mindset.
first page of the book.
Man. Tired
Yes.
is good.
Yep.
Hey, man. Good.
Yep.
I'm an
We won't
agent.
take
I'm
it.
an agent.
Hey.
A weatherman.
For sure. Man,
Yo, man,
I'll be a publicist.
for sure.
Well,
Well, cool. Let's call that podcast.
we did it.
Thank you guys so much for
That's the
listening.
most important part.
Oh, wait.
Where can they find you on?
Oh, we forgot the plug.
Oh, Instagram.
Yo, plug yourself.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. I'm trying to get my social media up because social media is booming right now. But find me on there, Freddie with the IE. My last name is Amadi, Amadi. You can also find me on Facebook. I never get on there, so good luck. I got messages in there from 2006. That's something I replied to.
Ooh.
And then I'm on Twitter too, but I don't tweet too much. So
You do.
Not really, Nella.
Okay.
We need to get your social media.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Social media is booming right now, but
Yeah.
Instagram, I'm more serious about the work right now, but definitely I'm about to start getting my social media up because that's the way right now. That's the wave. So follow me.
Sweet.
Where can they find you, like
In life?
Yeah, like
This guy's a cop.
Stalk him. Stalk
This guy's a cop.
Man.
if they want to see you like at a
Stage?
show.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Like, tell me a joke.
Oh, well, I'm gonna start. Well,
Do you
I
post
have
it on the Instagram?
Posting my dates on Instagram.
Okay.
I have some dates in December. I don't post as much as I need to because I'm still trying to get acts together. But I am definitely, my main point is to post on my Instagram. So once you follow me on there, you'll start seeing them more. Yeah. And then
Awesome.
ideally a website.
Great. Yeah. So hopefully all that's up and running by the time this podcast comes out.
Yeah. That's definitely something that I think about every day on a promotional level. So
Marketing's everything now.
Marketing is very serious.
All right. Well, you can find me at professionella _ 2 S's 1 N.
Trevor. Trevor K Photography.
He can't plug himself. Oh, Trevor.
Trevor doesn't plug himself?
He doesn't.
Edit
Don't
it
look
out.
for me. Don't look for me.
You got a secretary that does it for you? He did not want to plug himself.
Oh gosh, come on. What's your handle,
Trevor's
homie?
Humble.
Oh man.
Trevor's too humble.
Find me on Instagram at Trevor K Photography. DM me if it's about money.
Sheesh. This guy's about his business.
Absolute. Don't come with that playing with that free shoot stuff.
No.
We don't
He said,
do
if
that
you're not
anymore.
talking cash, get out of my face. Golly, Trevor.
And find me at mtech _ Nick on Instagram. And and our podcast.
Oh, yeah, what a podcast.
Instagram,
Right.
Twitter,
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah. Well, if you're listening to it, you probably found it, but
Trevor.
Dang.
Trevor.
You go to people's necks.
Trevor's a little grumpy.
I'm sorry.
Trevor, did you eat today?
We are
Trevor's
definitely
grumpy.
taping later than normal.
I didn't get dinner.
It's the weather. I should have mentioned it before. I'm sorry.
It was the weather.
That's funny, man.
No, we're on SoundCloud now, so yeah.
That's
No
what's
Collar
up.
Podcast on SoundCloud. We're gonna be on iTunes next and Spotify next.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Cool.
It's a wrap.
It is a wrap.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Or whatever time of the day you're listening to this.